I would like to take this opportunity to truly thank you for joining me on this journey into creating a basic iOS iPhone application using the Swift programming language. Now, we learned an awful lot of things during this course, but just to refresh your memory, we learned how to create a basic iPhone application using Swift. We learned about storyboards, and we learned about navigation controllers and all sorts of different screens and segues between them through your storyboard. We learned about core data. We learned about an NSXML parser and downloading data and news feeds and parsing them out and interacting and inserting and updating and deleting not only things from your UI, but also from backend stores using core data. So there's an awful lot of information into all of those topics that we really didn't discuss in any sort of depth. The goal of this was to simply get you going as quickly as possible using Swift and being able to create a very basic, very useful iPhone application with those basic skills. Now, I would be a little amiss to leave you at this point with nothing else but that. So I'm going to leave you with a few places of interest to go look around for a little bit more information. So one thing that I really advise you to do is to stay up to date on the Swift programming language. You can see that here on the developer.apple.com site, and you can continue to read more about Swift as it continues to evolve over time because it's pretty much guaranteed to evolve since we're still very early in its maturity. Definitely keep up to date with the iOS developer library. There's tons of information out here, and anytime you're ever unfamiliar of how to use a particular class or when to use a particular delegate or what functions are associated to what delegates, then this is definitely the place to go and get a bunch of information. It contains a lot of getting started information as well as guides and good references to get you into those APIs as quickly as possible. And then, of course, you should head back over to Tuts Plus and take a look at all the iOS courses and tutorials and ebooks that we have available out here, because there's an awful lot of information out here. And even if they're not based on Swift, even if they are in Objective-C, it's a fairly easy transition to go from the basic Objective-C code over to Swift. And if you can't figure it out, a simple Google search will get you where it is you want to go. And then finally, you can also search for Swift on Tuts Plus and get a lot of good tutorials. This is continuing to grow and evolve over time as we add more content. And hey, you can even go back and take a look at my course on the Swift programming language again. So once again, I want to thank you for joining me along this journey, and I can't wait to see you next time.